The rain is falling. The fans are soaked. But here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore. They will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
But we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
To try again after the sack. Jackson, and this one's incomplete. He was looking for Mark Ingram there, and it'll bring up third down.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They run for the first time with Benny Snell. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
He was brought down by...
But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while, because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward, since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson escaping the pressure right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
that might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on fourth. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now, first and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. First and goal from the 3. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Third and goal.
The ball mere inches from the white line on third and goal. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case...
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. Fourth and goal from the 2. From the gun, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt. And the Steeler defense will celebrate the goal line stand. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. Fourth and goal, and it leads to a sack.
And I can just see it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
Starting the drive with Snell. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 24, Darnold. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.
James Washington.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 46 yards.
Steeler first down.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. from the gun. He'll drop it underneath here to Snell. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
They'll go with Snell here on first down. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal.
First and goal.
He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Second and goal from inside the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Gus Edwards, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
8 yards.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Darnold's pass.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He was brought down by Bud Dupree. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 43-yard line.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun. Jackson flushed out right. He dumps it down to Ingram. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense forcing a 3rd down.
The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up, but the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. On 2nd down, it's Hines. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
It's exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Let's go, let's go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Benny Snell, the intended receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
And 10 yards.
Back to throw, Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but that worked quite well for the defense.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now Brown. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Jackson.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
He's going deep for Brown. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
First and 10.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. After the interception, here's Darnold. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Snell on the shotgun handoff. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
And it's third.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Third and long, it's Darnold. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Calais Campbell fighting his way home for the sack. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up first and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. It's Ingram. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
They begin the drive with Hines, and he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
At the 8-yard line.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas.
Darnold's pass.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts.
A gain of 12.
As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Darnold. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Johnson was the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
At the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
With the score.
So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here's Hines. There he goes, right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown.
Nyheim Hines, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
A loss of 6
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right. And he'll just toss it away.
Jackson.
So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
This is brought in at the 21. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
First down, Pittsburgh.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. James Washington was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Peters on
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
And inches.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. This is Hines. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They needed a yard. They got it. 1st down.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Darnold. And Darnold got to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here's a 2nd and 7 now from their own 7. Operating from the gun, Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews.
Jackson's
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Jackson will throw again. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10.
That is definitely what we call a defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Open man is Duvernay. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw again is Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. Man open left side is Brown. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens draw a bit closer.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as a wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Another attempt now from 5 yards further back. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10.
Makes the score Steelers 14, Ravens 10. Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Green to bring it back. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Marcus Green on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for it, and momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
8-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Baltimore. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Darnold. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Draw play, and it's Snell. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's Snell yet again. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
And it's third down.
The Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Darnold. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they can't bring him down. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Touchdown.
Coaches always tell their players someone's got to make a big play, but what they mean is a game-altering play, a game-changing play, a turnover force, and we just got that. I mean, how about that play, Brandon?
Yeah, a pick 6, fourth quarter, that is a game-changer.
Someone read their keys, and someone had the courage to go after the ball right then and there.
And it gives them the lead. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit, and they need this drive to end in points. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Darnold on first down. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Darnold gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 44-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Darnold from the gun. Got an open man. It's Washington. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down.
At the 38-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Again, Darnold. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To the air again, Darnold. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Boswell for the extra point. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
It's a gain.
Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Let's go.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
At the 11-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. Now Darnold. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday.
And that's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
23 all. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
At the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Darnold. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions are giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Ebron's got it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Darnold now to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
3rd and 13.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Deontay Johnson, incomplete. It's
looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Now it's Darnold. But it's brought in by Washington. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Looking long for Thomas. Oh, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Touchdown, Ravens.
Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who could help us, because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I'd love to see games finish that way.
So for Baltimore, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they're going the wrong way, as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.